hope you understand better now. Well, no be who call police, now they win case, like they always say. It seems it's coming true. Emerson Palmieri equalizing for West Ham. He's a former Chelsea player. After João Felix had opened the scoring in the 16th minute. It's been end-to-end stuff, but Chelsea looking like they have the better quality. But quality without probably execution will mean nothing. Well, West Ham keep pressing, and it's looking like something that's going to be unpredictable. Crosses in here and there, Chelsea getting, chances of counter-attack, but eventually it's about who scores the highest number of goals. But it's incredible what we've seen so far in this encounter. Well, like I told you earlier on, we have a guest in the studio, and like advertised, we'll be talking about what it takes to be signed by European teams. It's someone who is, well respected now in the FCT, having put in a little bit of, performance with his team, Derby FC. Well, once again, my name is Bunmi Blair, the Commodore Sports Prime Minister. Yes, I am the only Sports Prime Minister anywhere in the world. Google it. Confirm for yourself. But I will advise you, don't waste your data, okay? Because even if you Google it, you'll find out there's only one sports prime minister anywhere in the world. All right. Good afternoon to you, Ghassan Khawaja. Did I get that rightly? Yes, correct. Oh, correct.
Correct.
Fantastic. Nice to have you in our studio.
Thank you. Me too.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let me just tell you how I met, Ghassan. I think our first meeting was, okay, let's talk the football meeting. I saw your team play against the national team some few days ago. And I've never seen a team manhandle the national team like that in a very long while. I mean, I can't remember any local side scoring 6 against a national team, and it was against the Golden Eagles of Nigeria. The game ended 6-4, 10-goal thriller. Take us through that game, quickly. It was exciting for everyone. I mean, you guys outplayed the national team. How is that possible?
Yes, it's possible when you start implementing a good, not modern football style. And so the national team, as you know, is scouting his player currently. And I think the communication in the team is not up to now the level that when he went to the AFCON qualifications. So so we had this advantage that we have more chemistry in the team, and especially that the national team. I saw the national team one day before, and he was pressing very high, and we are building up from the back. We are using always the free player in the build up in the back, and when you go high pressure against us, you have problems because we exploit the space behind the line of defense using the free player. So it was a advantage for us that he played in this way. So for me, it's not about the result. It's about to check our methodology and our scouting network against the best players from the same age in the country. So we saw that we are doing good, we are doing well. Some of our players not up to the standard that we need to scout better. And it was also, I think, a good opportunity for the national team to see some of our players also maybe to join them to the national team.
Well, basically, your club, Derby Football Academy, based here in Abuja, what do you really do at your academy?
So we have the pre-professional that they played against the national team. So they are between 17 and 19 years old. And then we have the academy between the 12 and 17 years old. And then we have the pre-academy between 5 and 12 years old. So we scout only from 15 till 19, and others are everybody is welcome to enter our platform.
Okay. Now, I just wanted to create that background so that people will eventually know. Where exactly are you from?
France.
You're from France?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. So where did you learn your coaching from?
Yes. I had UEFA courses in France, CBA, and I had also with AFC, because I was in Lebanon, also courses for the elite football managers and instructor courses with FIFA. So this is and I have a sports management masters in sports management from France, Lille 2.
Fantastic. What do you think is lacking in Nigerian football? You said you've scouted, across Nigeria.
Yes.
Now you've played against the national team, some of the best players, at that age category. And you also have a particular age range that you target. You said from your players are between 18, 19, 16, 17, 15, right? The ones
15 and 19, yeah.
15 to 19.
Yeah, two categories.
Okay. So what exactly do you look out for? And what is your aim eventually?
So our aim is so we have a partnership with many European clubs that they are they are good stepping stone to players from Nigeria to start in Europe. So we have a partnership with Racing Santander in Spain and Liga 2 also. We have a partnership with HBQ in Denmark. Also we have now Albacete in Spain, also in the La Liga 2. We have a lot of contacts in France also, because I have a lot of fans there. I have a lot of contacts on the top level also. Our main objective to bring to these clubs players from here. I was here for scouting and bringing the players straight to Europe, but I was surprised that the level was not up to the standard that we want. So I saw that there is talent on the ground, but there is not a good development pathway. So this is why I take the decision to build something and be here, something a little bit different from what is on ground.
Okay, well, Abuja, he said he was in Nigeria to scout, take players out, to sign out there in Europe. Then he discovered, these players aren't good enough. A lot of talent, but eventually they won't be able to make it out there in Europe because they don't have what, is needed out there in Europe. And that takes us to our talking point for today. What does it take for a player to be signed by a club from Europe?
So let's start with the positive vibes. So 1 week ago, I went to Kaduna to make a scouting program to bring to Derby FC some young players, and I was really surprised by the level that I saw.
Surprised positively or negatively?
Positively. The players have something that you cannot find it in Europe now. If you ask me what? I will tell you that the commitment that they have, the hours that they spend on playing football, they don't have any distraction. So they have of course, the fitness qualities that Europeans didn't we are searching about. We are now we are watching Chelsea, and we see a lot of players from Africa here. So this is the objective. So you are scouting for qualities that you cannot find it in Europe, but you have to teach them, you have to coach them to have good decision making in the field, to follow tactical principles, to play intentionally. So this is the main problems here, and I think the main problem is coming from the coaching development in Nigeria.
Coaching development in Nigeria is not up to the level.
Yes.
So basically that's what you think needs to be improved for more players to be able to have a chance to sign directly out there in Europe.
Yes, this is the difference now between Senegal and Nigeria. If you look to Senegal, before Nigeria was exporting better quality of players, and still and now Senegal, you see a lot of players coming, and they are big talent in Europe. This some good investment was there in the coaching development and good academies and good structure. They have now leagues for under 13, under 15, under 17, under 19, and this is what you missed here.
Well, Abuja, you heard it right there. What Nigeria is missing, why Nigeria is unable to, have players signing directly from probably Eyimba, from probably Plateau United to Europe. I can't remember the last time we had, Nigeria had this, players signing from the league in Nigeria, directly to Europe. This time around it's academies, and the academies, you have players signing, it's difficult. Sometimes they still need to go here before they eventually land in Europe. So what we're treating today is what it takes to be signed by European clubs. By the way, the match between West Ham and Chelsea is live. Well, Mikhailo Mudryk is being a thorn in the flesh of the London side, West Ham. But again, West Ham have also had their moment. Currently, we are approaching the end of the first 45 minutes. 4 minutes added in this one. It is 1-1. First, it was a goal by Yao Felix in the 16th minute. Then that was countered by former Chelsea player Emerson Palmieri. So it's 1-1 right now. 45 minutes done. Added time be played. Wait to see what the Chelsea fans will say about the first 45 minutes. Well, you've made a lot of revelations in those comments you've made, but I want to take you back to the game you played against the national team. If you were the national team, you had an advantage. The national team never saw your team. You saw the national team.
Yes.
Yes, you saw the national team, and you had a great plan, to counter the way they were playing. They never changed their play during that game. But if you had a chance to handle the national team, how would you have played against your team?
I don't press high. Because we're good on build-up from there. And we can use very good free players. So I go back to medium to low pressure.
Medium to low pressure.
Yeah.
But that seems, watched another game of yours yesterday. That seems to be something you like so much. Medium or low pressure press. Okay, medium. I think you did medium yesterday. But at some point, the boys switched to high press. I don't know if it was deliberate or something.
No, actually we are doing high pressure, but this week we played 4 games. So this is why we go back to medium pressure too, because high pressure need a lot of energy and football fitness. So because we go to FCT pre-season tournament, and we played a lot of games, and against the national team, it's you cannot like this amount of games. So I had to make the medium block, we said. But here in Nigeria, also the players don't have this ability, because they are used to man marking and they are not used to ball-oriented defending. So this is why when you player to Europe, as a first impression, he's not good. But he's good, but he don't have the references to take a good decision. And this is what I am here.
What will you say that thing that is missing or lacking most in Nigerian player? If they were to meet up with standards of clubs in Europe,
it's lack of reference. So the players, and you have to win a game, you have to score more goals. To score more goals, the references in build up to create chances and then score. And there is references for disturbing the opposition from scoring and then prevent scoring. So you need the player to have a game understanding, and this is what some European methodologies say, that this is football intelligence.
Football intelligence.
Yes, it's not a football intelligence. It's game understanding. It's game insight. Then you have references. The footballer cannot think or cannot be conscious about his decision. He's unconscious. He's unconscious competent. So he cannot think. So he has to. You have to bring for the player references stored in his brain, and then unconsciously he will respond. So I don't want to say it, but the players here, they are intelligent, but with bare brain.
Intelligent with bad brain.
Bare.
Bare.
Yeah.
Bare brain. Okay. Not much. Nothing inside. That's what he's saying.
Nothing inside about football. Football information.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing. Well, we will be going for a break, guys. The Chelsea game first half is done 1-1. Chelsea playing at the London Stadium, scored first through Yao Felix, but Emerson equalized, a former Chelsea player. So at halftime, it's 1-1. We go for a short break. When we return, I'll be asking him. Yes, he's told us. He says, football-wise, the brain of most Nigerian players are bare. But what exactly do they have that makes him keep coming back to Nigeria to want to, take Nigerian players, help them develop and go to Europe? We're talking about this. Then you have a chance to call in and ask him some question. Well, it's a coach, who built up himself in France, Ghassan Khawaja, right here in the studio. Don't go anywhere. is Nigeria Minister. I'm the first of my kind, the only of my kind anywhere in the world, the only sports prime minister anywhere in the world. Chelsea fans will obviously be scratching their heads over how they are not 2 goals or so up at this particular time. But football is crazy. And what I know is this: when it comes to early kickoffs, there is always something for the underdogs. Who is the underdog in this one? West Ham or Chelsea? Chelsea fans says don't say that. There's only one underdog in this one, and that is West Ham. Well, maybe the result can say differently, but come on. I still have my guest right here in the studio. Coach Ghassan Khawaja is from France, and he coaches an academy here in Abuja. And, his team did something really interesting during the week that prompted me to get him an invite. They played against the Nigerian national under-17 team, the West African champions. Getting set for the Nations Cup. They played and won 6-4. The play was not just only the thing. When they play you, they played you. You must have been very impressed, Ghassan, with the way your team played, or that was still not good enough.
No, it was good. It was difficult to get to this level. When we started in May 2022, you cannot imagine the difficulty that I had, because I told you that the players are very intelligent, and I have to repeat it. They are very intelligent to make it in 7 months, because even in Europe and in Asia, I had a lot of experience. They will not get to this experience in 7 months. Even now, Chelsea. Yeah. The problem is not the coach or the quality of the players. The problem is a new playing style that he's trying to implement, and it will take time. Same Arteta, same before Club, same Guardiola. So players need time to adapt to a playing style, and especially if there is not a lot of references in their brain. And what I was surprised that these players can pick up in 7 or 8 months. It's a big surprise for me, and this is why I'm still here. And you told me why you have to come back and pick players from Nigeria, because they are very talented, and they are very, very, very committed to their to their
dream.
To their dream. So they can learn fast. I don't know, you saw the player, the number 7. So he's with me from 3 weeks or 4 weeks. His left-footed was like under the level, and he couldn't shoot with his left, and especially he's playing on the right wing. Sometimes he go in and he want to shoot with his left. He scored the national team with his left foot. You can imagine. I asked him yesterday what you did, because I told him this is your deficiency. He told me, because I give them to the camp balls, and then he told me I take the ball every day, 100 times. I shoot on the wall after the training, and you cannot find this in Europe. Believe me, with the iPad, with the PlayStation, with all the distraction that you have. Still here in Africa, and especially in Nigeria, you have a lot of positive things to work on football, and football can help Nigeria also to have players outside, and to bring more income to the
economy.
To the economy.
All right. Well, Yusuf Lawa, I see you on the YouTube. He says, I'm very happy to be with you live at this point in time. I have a question. What will be your opinion or advice towards making Nigerian players ready, and if you're given the opportunity to help? I think Ghassan has been speaking, on that right from the beginning. Well, we're going to take some few calls, allow the callers to interact with you. You can also call in via the WhatsApp portal. This one says, okay, so why is it that some Nigerian players don't make it in Europe or elsewhere, although they are really good at home before leaving. What more do they need to do or hear about them? That's coming in from Becky from the WhatsApp portal.
Yes, this is what we discussed. So the player, because I saw this in my eyes. Last time I was in Denmark in HP Kobe, and there is player we met him here. What his name? He was with us, but I don't remember now. F Young. So he's a good striker. But his lack of positioning without ball, it's a big disadvantage. And in this age, you cannot put, again, it's unconscious behavior. So you cannot if you tell him make this, and it's unconsciously, like it's pop up unconsciously. So he has to use to this action patterns from younger ages. and if you ask me what a player can do, he cannot do anything. Who can do? It's the federation to bring on ground a better platform for the coaches to develop themselves. This is what we can do. So this is what the player can push, and this is the direction. So I discussed this last time with Mr. Agovon, the technical director after the game of our game, and I told him and he's not satisfied on this. Also, I told him I can help. We can all help. We can help with our little bit experience and knowledge and certifications to make a good platform here, because all of us will benefit from this. So this is the main point. This is the first one. After, if you want the field, the competition, the youth competition, a lot of regulations the federation have to put on the NNL and NPFL, because I cannot imagine a player 37 years old playing in NPFL. You go to the NPFL, the level is not what I was expecting from a Nigerian Premier League. So I was very surprised if I watch Osimhen, Ndidi, Shegweze, and then I watch the NPFL. You get surprised. So the federation,
sorry to cut you. You watch Osimhen, you see Chukwueze, you see Terem Murphy. You think they are very quality players. Then you come to the Nigerian Professional Football League. Are you saying the quality is not there, or the quality is just higher than that of Osimhen and Terem Murphy?
No, it's of course it's lower. The gap is very good.
But these same players come out of this place, yes, Nigeria.
Yes, but they come out from younger ages and they get the development there in Europe. And you say and you say it before that they go to a stepping stone, maybe in like Osimhen in Austria, then France, then Italy. So he spent 6-7 years to learn. Yes or not? So this is the difference between a player who is stepping to the NPFL in 2021, 22, 23, I don't know, and a player who is stepping to Europe in 18 years old. So here the development is different.
So how can we cut short this period? Like you said, Osimhen moved from Nigeria, an academy in Nigeria, to Wolfsburg. From Wolfsburg, he moved to a club in France.
Lille.
From France, he moved back to, I think from France, he moved to Italy. He must have spent at least 4 to 5 years.
6 years.
6 years. What can be done to cut down these 6 years? Maybe cut it down to maybe 1 year, and boom, like you see in England, they still send some players out to go gain experience. Maybe 1 year, Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham, these are some of the experiences. So what can we do to cut it down to 1-2 years and be able to catch up with Europe?
Yes, so this is what I am telling you. You have to take these players 15, 16 years old, maximum 15, 16, then have a very good coaching methodology and coaching a way of coaching what and coaching how. So, and then have a good youth league, very good competition, and then you will cut this this long period. So this is the way.
This is the way. Abuja, you can join us on Twitter at Nigeria Info ABJ or at Nigeria Info FM Abuja. That's on Instagram. On Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. On YouTube, you can watch the studio live. We are live currently at Nigeria Info Abuja. Yes, go to our page, like our page, drop your comments on the YouTube page and I will read them. So for all of you dropping messages on the WhatsApp portal, no, all the messages on the YouTube are going to be read today. Also, make sure you like. I will do a little bit giveaway. I have about 3 top-ups to give away. So if you go to the YouTube page, you like it, and you drop a comment on the YouTube page, I will get you something. Okay, drop a comment. I'll read the comment, and something will come in. You can also call in and have your say. 070-0951-0000. You can still call 080-959-74869. You get through to the studio. Second 45 minutes is on. Chelsea up against West Ham at the London Stadium. And, I would like to know who you think will win this particular one. 46 minutes, it's West Ham 1, Chelsea 1. Now, you talk about Nigerian players, quality, and Victor Osimhen right now is like one of the best in the world. Samuel Chukwueze, bad. Wilfred Ndidi, the boy who Lookman, the boy who just signed for Sunderland, Paul Onacho, and the like. These are top players, top scoring in some of the best leagues, out there in Europe. And I'm wondering what needs to be done. A lot of people say Nigeria has, abundant talent. They always tell you Nigeria super talented. So what needs to be done on a large scale to be able to produce these players also on a large scale? Nigeria has not won the Nations Cup since 2013, and I have a feeling that Nigeria should be winning the Nations Cup like every 2 editions at least.
Sure.
You understand? I've gone to the trenches too. I see the talent there. In fact, as far back as 2012, the projection was that in 2022, Nigeria will reach at least the semi-finals of the World Cup. Are these projections possible?
Yes, of course. This projection is possible. If we go back to the game and you like as you said, it was not only the win that it was obvious that the style of play. So this is in 7 months. So imagine that you are taking players from 15 years old, 3-4 years, and with very good coaching methodology, and then what do you see? Different game. So like even a coach from the national team cannot do anything with these boys in 3 months or 1 month or 2 months. It's a work of the club or the academies. So if we make it for the large scale, it's a federation project to start the coaching development, to start in the state the youth leagues, maybe under 15, under 17, under 19. They have to make this state league, and then maybe the top 10, top 8, top 12 gather in one state and they make the finals. So this is 2. 3, the FIFA projects. I don't know for the infrastructure, like countries in Asia like Lebanon, Syria take 4-5 pitches in a year from FIFA goal project. I don't know why in Nigeria there is not this project yet. So I can see the FIFA goal project, but from 10 years I think 12 years. So infrastructure, coaching development, youth leagues, and you will have it.
All right, let's talk a little bit of what a lot of people want to hear now. Nigeria has a striker that is, the signature of all eyes out there in Europe, Victor Osimhen. The Daily Mail today wrote something about him. Let me just read out the headline. Victor Osimhen, the world's best number 9, is driving a feverish club and is driving a feverish club and City on to the first Serie A title in 33 years. They even went on to say, compare him with Haaland, that is currently better than Erling Haaland. How will you describe Victor Osimhen and also the comparison with Erling Haaland? Do you think it's right or it's absurd?
Erling Haaland has a top team that he's creating maybe in each game 10 to 12 chances. So if you're comparing with Osimhen, yes, the numbers of Osimhen is less, but he don't have the same opportunity of Haaland to score. So if you want to see it from this perspective, yes, you can compare it. Why not? So he's a top quality because he's scoring 12 goals in 13 games. It's like the phenomenon or the Brazilian Ronaldo didn't do it. So he's a top class player.
Oh, so what Osimhen is doing now, even phenomenon Ronaldo de Lima didn't do it?
Yeah, in 13 games he didn't score 12 goals.
So are you saying Osimhen is better than Ronaldo de Lima?
No, I'm not saying this, but when you have these numbers, so you can compare it. Why not?
Would you agree that Osimhen is currently the best striker in the world?
Is one of the best strikers. So,
if you had to pick the best, who would that be?
Yes, he is one of them. He's one of them.
He's one of them. All right, guys. Okay, the debate has been on for weeks. Who is the best striker? Can you compare Haaland and Osimhen? Well, you heard it from our guest right here. He says, well, don't doubt it. Even Ronaldo de Lima, the one I consider the best striker ever, did not do the stats Osimhen is doing right now. Not my words, the words of coach Ghassan Khawaja. Is the head coach of Derby FC. And he's been in Nigeria for about 7 months coaching, players. And Derby FC played against the Nigerian national under-17 team some few days ago and did something great. So I thought, let's bring coach into the studio. Let's share in his knowledge. And I see some incredible players in your team. I mean, I love the guy who plays from the, I don't know if he's left-footed. He plays from the left wing, Eugene.
Right-footed.
Right-footed. Oh my God. I'm a coach. I'm not supposed to do this, but that guy is mad. I mean, he does some incredible things on the ball. Did you teach him that? Did he have that naturally? What did you work on him to make him that good? And, how good and again, what level do you think he can play? Nigeria under 20, Nigeria under 17, Nigeria under 23, or the Super Eagles?
I think he's for Nigeria under 23. Even for Nigeria under 20 because he's 18, but he can play in the under 23 for sure. He has the level. He's the head of methodology of Racing Santander came 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago, and he saw him. He was impressed. We are doing his visa. He's going to racing. He will play B team to adapt. So B team is under 23 racing. He's playing senior because they, in the European club, they have the same like Barca B, Racing B, all of them. They play in less divisions, but it's senior. And I think I think my feeling is he can do it in 1 year to La Liga 2, and after that it's up to him because then he has to handle like the huge income. He has to handle the new life, and you never know in this. But for me, he's a top player. He's one of the best players that I saw in Nigeria in this age bracket, 18, 19. And I didn't teach him this. Of course, this is natural.
Oh, so really? You didn't teach him that?
Of course not. Of course not. But what I do better for him, like we are talking about Osimhen and Haaland, that I can create more space for him to explore himself. So in our playing style, we can give space for the players to explore themselves and has a better decision because he has now a better references. So when you have a better references, when to dribble, when to pass, when to run behind the defender, when to come in front of the defender, when to open the field, when to go in. So this is what I learned him, but I cannot learn him how to beat the players 1v1. It's natural. It's his talent.
Wow, fantastic. Well, guys, let me take your messages on the YouTube. I said I was going to, do some giveaways. Anas Al Mabul, he says, good afternoon, football frenzy. Watching you live, coach. Thank you very much. I will decide who is going to win. Ishaka Abdulaziz says, good afternoon, Coach Bunmi. Watching you live from Suleja. I see Chelsea losing today's match. Michael, he says, nice show. As always, kudos to the A team. Jamil Haruna says, the question is that where do we see the opportunity to take players out to Europe? If Jamil, let me answer you straight away. If your players are not good enough, they are not going to go to Europe. So it's not about whether there's opportunity everywhere. You heard Racing came to watch Eugene, right? Because he's good. It fits their projection, what they are looking for. Wilson Ekwe says, but Mr. Bunmi, I still fought your federation for the lack of football development. Yes, it's our federation, not just my federation. Rashid Olaniwaju says, good afternoon, Bunmi. Well done for the good job. Chelsea will carry the day 2-1. Rashid from Abacha Road. George Agba says, happy weekend, Bunmi. I would like to ask your guests if there is a possibility of getting European investors in our league. Oh, investors. Yes, okay. Here we answered that. Hope you will answer that. But let me take some more messages. This one says, Fabian Isaac, it says, this Chelsea match, Okay, waiting do and Nas comes back. It says, Coach, well done work. Daniel Achemba says, happy weekend, Bunmi. Osama Ola Tubos says, good afternoon, good job. Fabian Isaac says, yes, Osimhen is not one of the best. He's the best striker now. Okay. Yusuf Lawal says, what do you think of helping the coach to impart knowledge to the coaching mentality? I don't understand that, Yusuf. I really didn't get that. Wilson says, as for me, Osimhen is better than Haaland. Okay. Olufunsho Akinware, rather. It says, good afternoon, Bunmi. I want to know if the coach of Football Academy has any program for children from age 6. Hope Chelsea win. Okay, he wants to know if Derby has, program from players for age 6. We'll talk about that. Hope you note these things and you can answer them. Moses says, Osimhen is the best. Of course. Okay, thank you, Moses. Lawrence says Osimhen is better than Haaland. No argument about that. Message from Lawrence. Stephen from Benford School, Abuja. Fabian comes back. He says his description of our MPFL players really saddens me. Unfortunately, it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. All right, gradually, counting down to the end of this segment of the show. Can you answer some of those few questions? Well, first, someone wanted to know if your academy does, youth football, like 6, upwards.
we are doing pre-academy from 5 to 12, then 12 to 16 years in Abuja here.
Can you wait for these players to develop? Are you not going to go back to Europe?
No, it's actually it's a recreation program for us. It's to let everybody feel like it's education. It's education. It's lifestyle education. It's also because when you want to educate people, you have to use what they like as a tool. So when they are playing football, you can press them to have a good lifestyle, good nutrition, good habits. Organizing their time management. So it's for us education that we can education and a lifestyle that we can share with the community.
Is there a coaching program that you also do?
No, we actually I have with me 6 coaches that I am doing for them coaching daily coaching courses, because it's when they are with me, seeing me coaching, then reflecting on the experience, then making meetings and reflecting. So this is for us to develop coaches. So the question about why investors don't come, I think, and I had this question, why nobody is coming and making a huge project like European countries is doing in Senegal, and then in Ghana with Right to Dream, and they have in Denmark a first division in the Super League. So why? I think because there is not a common ground for this. So there is lack of pitches. There is sometimes sorry for the, but there is a lot of corruption. So they
corruption in what way?
So and they can it's difficult for them to come. It's difficult for them to come.
You need to tell me, explain corruption one way. When you say corruption, that is something. You need to go deep so that we know. Exactly.
I will give an example for our we are here also investing. So me 7 months or 8 months or more, I am trying to get a land to make our field, because now we are renting the field that we are using, and then we get the first land, and then after that we go to the lawyer, and this is not the papers are not good, and the second one the same, the third one same, the fourth one same, and then we get what. You understand?
Yes, you get discouraged. Now I understand. Well, we don't have too much time now to continue to, rub the minds on this particular segment. But obviously, loads of responses on the YouTube already for you. I'm very happy you came, and we've gained a lot. And hopefully, I will come, also share in your knowledge. Come learn one or two things. And, so that we can continue to, from here, where you are developing somewhere, I'm developing somewhere. And then Coach Aluko, who is also in the studio, is developing somewhere. Coach Aluko, well, I hope the camera can, pan on him so that we can also get to see him. You've been watching the Chelsea game, bring us up to speed. Why is it difficult for Chelsea to go ahead in this game? It stayed at 1-1.
Actually, I think the style of play, there's no style of play. Trust me, because if there's a style of play, the goal will come. Judging by the way they play, there's no style of play.
Okay, no style of play from Graham Potters.
Trust me.
Wow. Well, okay, he must be learning, some really big thing. Well, guys, we need to go for a short break again. When we return, I'll be taking your messages. I will announce my winners, but we'll have to let our guest go. Don't go anywhere. It's Football Frenzy on 95.1 Nigeria Info.